David Taylor, day before the national tournament. I saw a video on social media, you talking to the team, saying everything has been about feeling our best for this tournament, the national tournament. When you think about that in your time as a college athlete and observing, how much of that is mental and belief? How much is that you just physically feel the most prepared for these 3 days?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's just when we talk, we lay out a plan for the guys, and it's going backwards from the national tournament. Everything up into that is preparation. Obviously every step along the way, you want to wrestle, but you're never going to feel your best until the national tournament. With that being said, I don't know that anyone necessarily feels their best in the national tournament. But I think it's just that's where the belief kind of element comes in. Just believing that you're ready to go. But I just think it's the hungry guys. It's the hungry guys. The guys that are very clear in what they want. And it's belief, it's hunger, it's preparedness, it's rested, and just going in ready to scrap.
How did you assess the Big 12 performance for your guys? You won the championship there.
Yeah, I thought we wrestled a really good tournament. I think we scored the fourth highest point total in the tournament history, and we scored 0 points at 103. So I think that I think as a team we wrestled really well. I think we put ourselves in a great situation. In the finals, we had a bunch of really tough matches. And I think in every one of those matches, we closed the distance from the matches previous to those matches. And the best way you prepare for those matches, you got to have them. You have them, and those guys came back. We made very good adjustments. On their own, they came with plans. We helped them with some areas as well. And again, the goal is you don't look back and hope you had a great conference tournament. You want to have a great national tournament. And I feel like our guys are in position to have a really good national tournament.
The pressure of coaching versus an individual athlete. As an individual, it's all on you. You control a lot of those elements. With this, it's 10 wrestlers. It's a very different sort of thing. How have you handled, now it's like, it's not just the internal pressure, but it's like you've got a university, you've got a city, a state that is all, really the country is all eyes on Oklahoma State right now. How has that been for you? How has that adjustment been for you?
It's exciting. I think if you're not doing something with expectation, then why are you doing it? I think as a competitor, that's what it takes to be at the highest level. And I think as a coach, it's just the opposite. It's learning how to take that off of your guys and help them to wrestle at their best level. And I think it's just communication. It's constantly learning. I think a coach, as an athlete, you never have everything figured out. And as a coach, you certainly never have everything figured out. You just constantly. I think every match that we've wrestled this year, I've learned different things of how to communicate to the guys, or how to help them prepare, or how each guy's wired, throughout the thing. And again, when we talk about practice, it is all practice till now, and I think our team is in a really good spot. They're at peace. I think you start getting to national tournaments, sometimes guys start getting squirrely, wanting to do different things, and I think a good sign is that they've just been steady throughout the week, and the last couple weeks since the conference tournament. So, to say I got it all figured out, I don't, but I think we've made a lot of progress, and I think we have a lot of trust in the guys. Guys have a lot of trust in us, and that's what it takes here at the national tournament.
How, starting the season, and you're right now, how would you assess the health of your team? That's always sort of an unknown dynamic. You don't know how healthy you're going to be. Would you say you're satisfied with the health level that your team has coming into this?
Yeah, we've been very fortunate this year. I think a lot of that is your training plan, and how you train, reading the room, seeing when you can push guys and when to pull them back. I feel like our team is really healthy. I think we're at our best going to the national tournament.
David, obviously your first year. Is there a duel that you have in mind that you really saw the team click and really buy into, or even a moment that you're like, hey, they're really bought into the mindset that I'm bringing to the team?
I think each and every match, early in the season, it was really challenging guys and challenging their comfort level. We were really focusing on making sure we were taking guys down, we were cutting them, and we were getting uncomfortable in the first period, knowing that we were going to come to a time where we're going to need multiple takedowns, and I think our team is really good on the mat. I think we're really proficient in the top position, and we challenge guys there. We try to challenge guys throughout the season, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's not necessarily one singular match. They were all just every time it's taking back the duel and analyzing and making adjustments, and how can we challenge them and prepare them the most that we can, for now. And I think so. I would say it's a little bit all of them.
And you were saying about developing a great program. Can you put into words of for a first year of how expectations were in your mind to reality that it is, and maybe some things. Obviously, this weekend will be a big one, and to clarify all that, but put into words of like how your first year really went to you, and how the experience really was.
Probably question answered better after the national tournament, but I think I'm so proud of these guys in this season. It's hard to predict what it was going to be like, when I got here. There's just so many things you just don't know because you haven't been through it, and every week it's a constant. And I think we kind of really found our groove, once we got into the season, and really excited, and we've got to go out and wrestle hard this weekend, and then afterwards we can make some adjustments.
What was the message to Dean after the finals? Right there, Keegan's an all-timer, really great wrestler. Seemed like he was right there to win it, loses in overtime. What do you say to Dean after that match?
Just keep scoring. I think that's the biggest thing with our team. I just feel like it's just keep scoring. I think, in that match, there was a moment where he thought about, we went from scoring, he was on him, to just thinking about, hey, I'm in position to win this match. He tried to win the match, and I think that's the biggest thing afterwards. Like, I stopped scoring. Okay, great. Well, that's just the adjustment. You're a great scorer. You're one of the most dynamic scorers in the country. Stay on that. You're great at the top position. And I think at the end of this, in the first period, is riding him out. Guy got an escape. I think that's a position where reflecting back, just finishing that period on top. So those are things that we speak a lot about, and they don't resonate as much until you're in a situation where it means something, and then now you can make the adjustments. I remember as a competitor, I was naive because I felt like I was the best in all those positions, and then you get burned in a situation, and then you're like, oh, that makes more sense. I need to focus on that area, and I think for some of our guys, I think that clicked, and for him, it's just keep scoring, but knowing, hey, nothing really changes, just keeping that mindset.
That's all my questions. You got anything else before we let you go, David?
Well, thanks, guys.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah.